I've been in a different, lots of different accounting positions, from anywhere from a school to nonprofits, oil and gas. But absolutely, my favorite is marketing, advertising, this world. Not too many people in accounting get to experience this world, which is way more fun than accounting. Although, accounting's really a lot of fun, not really. But it's completely different. Native is absolutely completely different than other places I've been. The other advertising agency that I worked at was just more traditional. Your media, your full service, just traditional. This is different, and so because of that, I've had to, learn along with everybody else, or you guys are teaching me. So that's kind of fun.
But you brought a lot of experience with you too. I mean, there's some really valuable stuff that you've learned, even at, not just other positions, but at the marketing position that you were at before, right?
Yeah, I think what I brought is just maybe some kind of media experience because we haven't dealt in media. But accounting is accounting. Uh, so once you learn the industry and the nuances of this industry, it's kind of easy to um, share my knowledge. I don't know. I don't know if I'm all that knowledgeable.
Well, I would disagree with that. Um, so before joining Native, you worked in different areas, but what was probably one of your favorite jobs that you had, whether it was professional or even before that? What's something that you really enjoyed?
I'd say this world. I just really, really, I love being part of it. Like I said, it's not too many people in accounting get to experience this. They're more traditional accounting. That's really pretty boring. So being a part of this world, I get to. I've actually been involved in pitches, which is not my forte since I don't like speaking, as you can tell. I've been involved in getting ready for pitches where we've turned the office into a warehouse. When we pitched Yellow Freight one time, we brought in tires and all sorts of craziness, which is just absolutely a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So
that's cool. I've always felt like working in advertising, no matter what the position is, it's like you age faster, but at the same time, it's like prolonged adolescence. You get to be a kid more often, right? And so it's a little bit
yeah.
of both.
I think in the last few years, more companies are getting out and doing teamwork and fun things because you see it whether it's in the Ingrams or the Business Journal. But I think we've always done that. I mean, whether it's chair races down the hall or crazy. When we went to the virtual place and I got to experience that. That was a hoot. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a fun atmosphere all the time, not just on days that you go out and do something. It's just always fun. Um, it's always okay to just get up and shout something or say something or get somebody's opinion and then everybody else chimes in. That doesn't happen in a lot of places. It definitely doesn't happen in a CPA firm. I'm going to tell you that. It does not happen. But here, it's just always fun. I don't know if it would matter where, but this is a young group and they seem to really like each other, which is important.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty driven group too. I think everybody's pretty motivated and really wants to do good work.
Mhm.
Do you get any sense of why that is? Like what people have in common that drives them, or even what drives you?
Oh, I think it's hard to tell for other people. I think for me is always a sense of accomplishments, being part of something bigger than yourself. And I think as we grow, I can watch everybody get excited about that, just the opportunities, the growth that they see. I mean, last year in 2019, we averaged hiring one person every single month. And that's exciting. So you have new energy coming in all the time. Um, and I think we do a really great job of hiring, not only just for talent, but for personalities. And I've not known a personality that walked in this door that didn't mesh with everybody else. So,
Yeah, it's pretty fun to work with talented people who also don't have much of an ego and just want to do good work. Like that's, I don't know anything better than that.
yeah, I think we have a formula. This is what we're looking for. And I think we're pretty careful to make sure that, I mean, we have a lot of people talk to the, the interviewer or interviewee. And we're very careful to make sure that they're going to be a good fit.
Yeah, it's a people business, so kind of have
Hmm.
to get that right.
Right.
It's the same with clients though. I mean, clients are, interviewing us and we're sort of behind the scenes interviewing them, trying to make sure they're a fit for us as well.
Hmm.
Um, what do you think clients see when they meet us for the first time? If you're trying to put yourself in their shoes.
Um, I really truly believe they see the talent. I see a young group of professionals that are really taking off in Kansas City. I think they sense it. I think we're really good at presenting ourselves and letting them know what we have to offer. And we are different. You know, I do listen to other people. You know, once you're in this world, um, it's almost like it's not nepotism, but you just like everybody, and so you get to hear what other people are doing. And I worked at an advertising agency that um, sold to another one, and so everybody kind of dispersed and went other places. So I kind of keep in contact with a lot of them, and I love to hear what they're doing, what they're not doing, and why we're better. And it always comes down where I don't want to say, oh, well, Native does that better. But secretly I do. I'm like, we got that.
Oh man, I can just picture you at drinks, being secretly judgy with
Oh,
former colleagues.
I am secretly judgy. Don't tell me.
Well, aren't we all? Um, what's one of your kind of favorite memories or maybe stories that you're more likely to tell about being at Natives since you've joined?
It's not an accounting story, but probably my favorite, and I had touched on it just a second ago or a minute ago, was when we went to the virtual place. I had never done anything like that, and it was really, really freaky. I loved it so much that I bought for Christmas my son a pass for like an hour with for three of his friends so that he could experience. But the funniest thing is when Matt had taken off his head or what gear, whatever, and
Yeah.
laid it down. But in my world, it still looked like he was there. And it was this place where you have to walk across go across these rocks. And I remember them telling a story about, oh, it's really freaky. Like you come to this, and I'm thinking, yeah, but it's not real. So just do it. I mean, and I could not make myself go across these rocks. But then when it was over and Matt took his off, it looked like he was like going across the rocks like that. And I'm like, get up. So I looked like a total moron.
Oh man, that was a good time. Yeah, that was pretty fun. I think a lot of us had never tried that before, so we're
I
all
think
kind of trying it together. Yeah,
we need to do that, have one of those rooms in our new space.
I know
We have,
you were pitching me really hard after that. You're like, we could have one of those rooms
we could have that. Even if it was just the drawing one, I think we could do it.
someday. If you were to fast forward, and so we hit 5 years during quarantine, which is awesome, um, awesome timing. But if you were to fast forward and look at the next 5 years, what do you foresee?
I don't, honestly, I think we're going to take over Kansas City. I remember first moving here from Wichita, and you heard the big ones, we had Bernstein Rain and VML and all the big ones, and you're always like, wow, they're always, I think we're going to be that, but in a different capacity. I don't think we're going to be the traditional, but I think we're going to have that presence in 5 years. I think we're going to be who we are now. I think what we are now is great. So I just see us a bigger version of that. I just a force that everybody knows who we are, who Native is.
That's pretty cool. It's exciting. I think a lot of us are skeptical of growth, though. We've grown really fast, and I think we're sort of looking at that and making sure that we don't lose what we've got. And so I think we're all open to growth, but at a certain point, we're a little skeptical of it.
Of
You think that's
course.
healthy, or you think that's healthy, or do you think it's silly?
No, you have to be. I think if you look back at a lot of businesses that didn't succeed, they had been succeeding, but they grew too fast. They made the decision to, whether it's a restaurant or whatever, they took what they had and ruined it by not just growing. It's okay to grow, but it's how you grow. If you have to manage it, you have to, retain the best and still attract the best, employees. And if we continue that, if we have that formula and we stick with that formula, growth shouldn't be, something we're afraid of. It's just something to look forward to. And I think we can do it, but you just have to follow the formula and not lose track of, or lose sight of what we want to accomplish. It's not just to grow, just to grow. It's not like I want to be X amount of employees. That should never, the number of employees should not ever factor into it. It's what you want to do with your growth. Whether you want to attract a client, not because of the dollars that they could bring in, but because of what that means to us. Getting to work with a really cool client like that.